Hey, what is up everybody? It is Dashy here bringing you a Battlefield 3 Karg Island Conquest gameplay. I'm not going to say anything too much about the gameplay. The topic that I do want to talk about today, and I'm going to let you know, contains very big spoilers, and I'm going to be giving you a breakdown of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 4 Episode 1 and 2, which is Princess Twilight Sparkle Part 1 and 2. So if you have not watched it yet, go ahead and click out of this video, watch it, come back, and listen to my opinions. But I will be giving you a full breakdown, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Season 4, Episode 1, Princess Twilight Sparkle Part 1, opens up with Twilight still adjusting to the whole princess thing in preparation for being the best princess she can be for the Summer Sun celebration, which is 2 days away. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Summer Sun celebration is, it is basically the celebration of the moon going down and the sun coming up. That is Summer Sun celebration. Next, we get the brand new intro, which really isn't all that brand new. It's just the parts where Twilight is. She now has wings, which, I mean, everybody could have seen from a mile away. And after the intro, we return to Canterlot, where Rarity is boasting about Twilight's addition to the stained glass wall. And Twilight brings up the fact that since she's now royalty, she won't get to spend Summer Sun celebration with the girls, which was in Season 1 the event that brought them all together. And so she's kind of devastated, you know? She doesn't want to spend Summer Sun celebration without them, and eventually the girls leave for Ponyville because Twilight has her royal duties to prepare for, while Twilight starts to break down, kind of reminiscing the breakdown she had in Lesson 0. You know, she's going, oh my god, I won't be able to do this. I'm not a good enough princess. You know, what if everybody doesn't like the way I run everything? And while she's breaking down, Princess Celestia enters, and she greets Twilight, and then she goes into the fact that Summer Sun is really a celebration of the residents of Equestria, of the defeat of Nightmare Moon. But if you look past that, and if you look in Celestia's eyes, this is really the day that Princess Celestia banned her own sister, banned Princess Luna to the moon. And now, Luna's perfect now because of Season 3, and now Luna has returned to make Summer Sun a real celebration. So they talk, and eventually Princess Celestia leaves, and as she's walking outside, a very strange root appears out of the ground, and it grabs her. We hear a very haunting scream, and the screen goes black. We come back to the show with Twilight waking up and looking outside of her window to see that a very odd sight is going on, and the moon and the sun have risen at the same time, and she's just completely awestruck. She does not know what's going on, and at this time, members of the Royal Guard walk in and say Princess Celestia and Princess Luna have vanished, and since Princess Cadance is now under control of the Crystal Empire, or she is now running the Crystal Empire, they are now under Twilight's command because she is the only princess available. So she tells them, find out everything they can about what has happened, what is going on. They exit, and shortly after, another Royal Guard member breaks in, and he says the news that the Everfree Forest is invading Ponyville. So Twilight says, alright, well, we gotta find something we can do, and it cuts over to Ponyville, and it shows the forest messing with everybody there, Fluttershy's critter friends have left the forest, which is their home, because it is now starting to attack, and they have all ran to Fluttershy for help. Sweet Apple Acres is now getting ruined. It's just coming out the ground, invading the barn and everything. It is now in the sky for Rainbow Dash to take control of, but these clouds are not going to go down easy. And it has also messed with Rarity and Sweetie Belle's magic, so all these weird events are going on. Rarity's throwing tea all over her clothes and everything when she doesn't mean to. So, after hearing the news, Twilight sets out for Ponyville. She was going to take the train, but, Spike reminds her that now she has wings, they can fly there. And even though she's not mastered flying yet, she does fly to Ponyville. And upon arrival, everybody thinks, oh my god, hey, Twilight's here, that she's going to fill us in as to what's going on, and she breaks the news to them that Princess Celestia and Princess Luna have disappeared. And looking on what's going around them, Twilight does use the elements of harmony to summon discord thinking that he's the one behind all the chaos and everything. While after they summon him, Discord insists that he is not the one behind the chaos, and Zecora happens to be walking around the corner, and she says she has the spell that, with the use of alicorn magic, will show Twilight what exactly is the cause of all the chaos. So Twilight takes a sip, and she goes into this weird little scenery, and what do you know, she's standing in front of Princess Luna, and Princess Luna is not very happy, and she says she should be the only princess in Equestria. So what she does is she raises the moon, cancels out the sun, and this episode ends with the return of Nightmare Moon. Or so you may think. So, that is Princess Twilight Sparkle Part 1, with the return of Nightmare Moon, having everybody think that Nightmare Moon is back. And Princess Twilight Sparkle Part 2 continues with Nightmare Moon being, let's say, revived, because she has not really died, so let's go ahead and say revived. While Twilight, not aware of what is going on, stands awestruck, and from behind her, Princess Celestia appears, stating that she refuses to fight her own sister, and that Luna must lower the moon. And so they take to the skies in this very epic fight. You know, shots are being fired all around, until finally one of Nightmare Moon's bolts make contact with Celestia, and she falls to the ground. Twilight standing over her crying, you know, saying, why is Luna doing this? Why now? Suddenly Celestia stands up, releasing a switch on the ground, and upon releasing that switch, a hatch opens, releasing the elements of harmony as they looked in the past. Twilight now realizes that this is all a flashback to the night that Princess Celestia banned Luna to the moon. So the flashback ends, and returning to reality, Twilight doesn't really realize what the flashback has to do with the current situation. So Zecora suggests taking another sip of the spell may clear things up. So she takes another sip, and she goes back to another flashback, but this time it's the day that Celestia and Luna turn Discord to stone. And we also see the first reveal of the Tree of Harmony. The Tree of Harmony was leaked a little bit before Season 4 started, so I kind of had an idea of what it would look like, but I mean, it is just really awesome. So, the flashback ends, we return to reality yet again, and Twilight comes to the conclusion that the Everfree Forest is fighting the Tree of Harmony, and the Tree of Harmony is at stake. So, they head into the forest, and while heading into the forest, Twilight steps on a crocodile, and it really does almost nearly kill her. So Applejack brings up the fact that until Twilight gets used to her new wings and her new royal ways, she's a great danger to everyone else. And she says, you know, you should go back to Ponyville in case Princess Celestia and Princess Luna do not return. And, you know, Equestria really can't risk losing another princess. So she listens, she asks everybody if this is the way they feel, and everybody sadly says yes, you know, it's for the best. So, upon returning to Ponyville, Discord tries suggesting that Twilight chose her royal life over her friends, and she does not really care for them. And you know Twilight denies all of what Discord says, and heads back into the forest to regroup with everybody. Halfway there, the others come across the Tree of Harmony on its very last limbs, you know, it is in jeopardy. Meanwhile, Twilight is getting attacked by these Everfree Forest plants that are releasing this toxin, and it eventually does knock her unconscious. Spike leaves Twilight where she is to go find the others, and they regroup with Twilight, you know, they tie up the plants and they save her. Then they all head to the tree. As Twilight looks around, you know, she's looking at everything that's going on right now, and she comes up with the conclusion that they must sacrifice the elements of harmony. You know, they must give them up, because in the first flashback, Princess Celestia and Princess Luna said, even without the elements of harmony in this tree, the tree will still be the most powerful thing in Equestria. So, Twilight comes up with the conclusion that they need to sacrifice the elements of harmony. So they do that. They all give up their elements, you know, Applejack, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Twilight Sparkle, you know, they all give them up. Rarity gives hers up too. And as soon as they give them up, the vines grab them. They try to grab them, and Twilight's cutie mark, element of harmony, slips out, and it goes into the tree, and it clears up the tree. You know, the Everfree Forest vines are all cleared from Equestria, and Twilight's looking around. The tree gains life again, and as soon as that all drops, there's two vines on the left and the right side of the tree. Those clear up, and here comes Princess Luna and Princess Celestia out of the vines, suggesting that what Twilight did was just the most noblest thing she could have ever done. And Twilight walks up to the tree. This very weird kind of flower thing appears out of the ground, and out of the ground pops this box with 6 locks, and Princess Celestia says it'll require 6 keys, but she does not know where they are. And this may be the set for the whole season 4, you know, going to find all these keys and whatnot. I'm assuming that there's a key for every pony, you know, every main 6, which will replace the elements of harmony. So, you know, they sacrifice the elements of harmony, but what I'm thinking, and I could be wrong, is that these 6 keys will replace the elements of harmony. And so the episode concludes as the Summer Sun celebration is taking place. Luna lowers the moon, Princess Celestia raises the sun, Twilight goes into the background and bursts a firework of her cutie mark. She smiles, looks up into the distance, and the episode ends. So, very good opener. I really love it. Let me hear your thoughts. Thank you, guys.